Greetings, it is Tonya Poole. Welcome to Everybody's a Capricorn, including you. Now, before you skip ahead to your sign, I have some very quick announcements, or not really announcements, but the best way to view this video. It's important that you know your sun, moon, and rising sign. I'm sure if you're here, you probably know your sun sign. You may or may not know your sun and your rising sign. But as I go through all of the 12 signs of the zodiac to give wisdom for this Capricorn season that we find ourselves in, you may want to listen to this segment for your sun sign as well as your rising sign. Those are probably the two most important. But then you can also listen to your moon sign as well. So I wanted to put that on out there first and foremost. And then secondly, make sure that you listen to the first part of this before you skip ahead, because I give some very important guidance and wisdom about Capricorn energy in general that will help you to have a better understanding of whatever wisdom I share when I get to your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. For those of you, if this is your first time watching or if you've been here before, let me explain. What is everybody's a Capricorn, including you? So all of us have all 12 signs of the zodiac in our birth charts. Like, you might be a sun sign Virgo, you might be a Gemini, you might be a Sagittarius, but Capricorn is somewhere in your birth chart. And an astrologer such as myself, when we pull your birth chart, we're not only looking at, your sun sign, we're looking at where everything is and where all the signs are and how they are interacting into your personality, right? And into your life. So we all have all 12 signs of the zodiac within us. And so when we move into a new season or zodiac season, such as now we're in Capricorn season, that affects each one of us differently. Like, Capricorn season impacts a sun sign or rising sign Pisces a little bit differently than it would in Aries, and how it impacts a Taurus is a little bit different than how it's going to impact a Leo, right? And so most of the time, most people only think about how these energies are working within them when it's their birthday season, right? So all my Pisces out there, or Leos, or whatever your sign is, your sun sign, you might not even think about that until you get to, your season, Leo season or Pisces season or what have you, right? And but these 12 signs are all working together to help us to create a holistic, healthy version of ourselves. And a lot of times with astrology, especially right now, because it is very trendy, which is great because it's helping us to, it is bringing, like everything else, it's popular and it's unpopular, it comes and goes, right? And then we forget the benefits. So it's a good thing that it's trendy right now because people are becoming more acquainted with it. However, with that trendiness comes a lot of misunderstanding or a lot of even excuses for some people. Like, I'm just a Capricorn, so y'all just gonna have to understand. I'm just a Sagittarius, right? And these 12 signs are really just the 12 areas of life that we are all challenged to focus on or to cultivate and to grow in so that we can be whole. And again, your sun sign is just, where the sign where your sun was at when you were born. But it's so much other stuff going on in your birth chart. But in a nutshell, the 12 signs are the 12 areas of life that we all need to work on in order to be whole and happy and, balanced. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for, right? People just use astrology as one of the tools to do that. Some people use, numerology. Some people, use, it's so many other things. Some people just use whatever tradition they're working with, or Chinese astrology or, what have you. But, these are really just tools to help us all to grow and to be balanced and to be whole. With that being said, let me go ahead and get started. So everybody's a Capricorn, including you, basically means we are in Capricorn season. Capricorn is somewhere in your birth chart. So this is the wisdom that we all need for Capricorn season. So let's talk about real quick what is the energy of Capricorn season. Now, I'm recording this on, what's today, January 3rd. So we've been in it for a minute. We entered Capricorn season a little bit before Christmas. I believe it was on the 21st. Why don't I know this? Or the 22nd of December. So it's already been, a couple of weeks that we've been in this Capricorn energy. And a lot of times I do wait until we get into the sign so I can kind of feel what the sign is, what am I feeling? But I am a little bit later. So, hey, it is what it is. So anyway, Capricorn season this year for 2022, right? Late 2021 and going into 2022 for Capricorn season, it feels like there's a grittiness. And when I say grittiness, it's like, that feeling of like, I don't want to say hustle, but it's like that grittiness is making me think of like digging deep, to pull from all of your resources in order to rise. There's a feeling of, I will not lose. You know what I mean? There's a feeling of I'm going to win. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting. And in my notes, I even wrote, right now it's not about getting it no matter what. It's about I will be it no matter what. So it's not about, I'm going to get to my goals no matter what. I'm going to hustle hard. I'm going to get there no matter what. But it's about I will be the person who can achieve that destiny, who can achieve those goals, who can achieve that purpose. So this Capricorn season for me feels very like, for a lot of people, it will be very, very personal. It will be very much about, do I have it in me to go the distance? Do I have it in me to go hard? And being challenged to dig deep to all of your resources and to push. But when I say that, I don't mean in a bad way, like, oh, because it's going to be so hard. It's just, are you willing? Do you have it within you to go the distance? Really? Because the dream is waiting for you. The goals are waiting for you. The happier life is waiting for you. Completing school is waiting for you. Whatever the thing is for you. But the thing is, do you have it within you? It's not so much about the goal. It's about understanding that it is within you to achieve it. Capricorn season itself, but the sign itself is ruled by the planet Saturn, and Saturn is really a planet of no pain, no gain, patience, taking your time. Sometimes it can give the feeling of slow moving, like you're just trudging towards your goals, but it's really so that you're developing your skill, you're developing your character, and so it's not about rushing to get to the end. There's not rushing to get to the dream or the destiny. It's about, doing the inner work to so that your character aligns to, and your discipline aligns to where you're trying to grow to, Another thing about Capricorn that I wrote down, and some of my Capricorn sun signs would agree to this, but this energy, Capricorn season, reminds us all, and wherever it is in your birth chart, it reminds us all about how we utilize our time and our money. And it probably more specifically time, because Capricorn deals and Saturn deals with the process of time. Saturn is at, when it was discovered at the time, it was like one of the slowest moving planets, right? So it's like, there's this feeling of slowness. It reminds me of the story Tortoise and the Hare. Capricorn and Saturn would be the tortoise, you know what I mean? Like, slow and steady wins the race. It's not about rushing. But it's in also, when I say money, because it is about how you maximize time will determine how you maximize your money and your resources. Capricorn, for some people, might feel like, especially if you're one of my air signs like Gemini or Aquarius or Libra, or definitely probably the fire signs like Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, you might feel the slowness and you're like, I just want to push, I just want to speed things up. And this time of kind of a slowdown is like, okay, you know, because if you speed up, you're going to miss opportunities. If you speed up, you're going to get to places faster than your character can handle or your money can handle. You know, if you don't make the most of your time to do that work on yourself, and not just on yourself, but to do whatever is necessary to do the work that is aligned to the goals that you're trying to get to. So for example, if you are wanting to earn a degree and you just are like, let me get the degree, but I don't want to write papers. Capricorn is like, you're going to write these papers and then your teacher's going to give you all kind of red marks. Go back, edit, rewrite that draft, submit it, more red marks, edit, rewrite that draft, third draft, fourth draft, you know, to get it to perfection, right? So that when you do get that degree, or when that piece of work is published, or whatever it is, you know, you put all that you could into it, and it's as perfect as it's going to get. So Capricorn is not about rushing the process. And that's where we are right now. All of us, you know, it's not about rushing the process. It's about doing all of the inner work that gets you or qualifies you and justifies you for getting to that goal. Right. And so, you know, a lot of times Capricorns themselves can sometimes get the reputation of being very restrictive and very disciplined, or very, you know, frugal with their money, or some people might say stingy or what have you. But Capricorn energy reminds us all that where we spend our time and where we spend our money, there has to be value there, you know, and not just quick value like, oh, today, you know, that was fun. You know, it's all about long-term value. It's all about, you know, how is making this investment going to get me to where I want to go to, this investment in time, or this investment in money, or working on myself to invest in myself to create this skill, to become more skillful or more knowledgeable, right? So this is the time to really pay attention to how you are utilizing these resources. The thing about what is so interesting that I wrote in my notes, Capricorn, with all of his strictness and hardness, and, you know, in this northern hemisphere, is in the winter time, so coldest, darkest time of the year, but it's a feminine sign. You know, it's one of the feminine signs, and I'm saying feminine, not male or female, not woman or man, but its energy is feminine, meaning it is very receptive. It can be a very reserved kind of energy. It is it focuses back on the self. You know, it's a more introverted energy. And again, you can meet a Capricorn who is not necessarily an introvert. They can be an extrovert. But I'm saying the energy of Capricorn itself is one that is that goes inward to work in the dark, to manifest later in the light, you know. What did I write? I said it knows that such a simple act. Oh, I said it understands. Capricorn understands that what happens in the dark comes to life. Capricorn knows that such a simple act is a sign of self-worth and value because it was done even when no one else was looking. Oh, I know why I wrote it like that, because I was thinking about, you know, Capricorn is energy reminds us of quality. You know, similar to fellow earth sign Taurus that likes quality things and quality way of living and good food and good clothing and good, you know, all of those, the pleasures of life. But Capricorn itself in all of our birth charts is more about the quality of a thing, you know. So how Capricorn could show up in all of our lives is like, no, I'm not going to be frivolous with some money on something I like today, but I will buy a diamond or a well-crafted pair of leather shoes, or something that took time to cultivate, to create, to make, something that took skill, something that has value over time, not something that's just cute today, but something that has value over time. Right? So when I wrote that, what I was talking about self-worth and self-value, Capricorn also reminds us about, you know, what we take care of when no one is looking speaks volumes about who we are. So for example, like I've been, you know, wearing my hair covered a lot lately for various different reasons, but underneath here, my hair is done. Why? Because it ain't about, oh, I'm, you know, have my hair done only when people can see me, only when people can say, oh, girl, I love your hair. Oh, you know, whatever, whatever. I take care of my hair because it is an investment in myself, whether you see it or not. Right. So that's a reflection of my own self-worth and self-value. One of the things I always talk about with people, especially in the wintertime, it baffles me, people who only put lotion on in the summer when their skin can be seen. I'm like, so you don't take care of your skin in the winter when it needs it most? Like, no, I'm only gonna lotion my feet when people can, you know, in the summer when I have my toes out. If you don't go and put some lotion on them dogs, if you don't go and put some lotion on your legs, you know what I mean? And I know we all get a little ashy here and there, but I'm talking about, y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay. This whole Capricorn challenges us to do the work even when nobody's looking, you know, because Capricorn is interested in the long term. Capricorn is not quick success, is not quick beauty, is not quick fun, it's not quick anything. You know, it's about the long term investment. Capricorn is about quality. You know, very there's a refined energy to Capricorn, to the Capricorn sign, right? And so wherever Capricorn is in your birth chart kind of speaks to where everything I just said will show up in your life, or how you need to work on that particular energy. We also have a Mercury retrograde coming up this Capricorn season. I'm actually going to speak more about that when I do my reading of the year, so I'm not going to go into that here, but just know we do have a Mercury retrograde coming, which adds to more of that slow feeling of Capricorn. But I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. Yeah, that's all I want to talk about, because I don't be wanting these videos to be long like this, but hey, it is what it is. But Capricorn is a sign of initiation. It's one of the cardinal signs, meaning it's a sign that starts a season. So Capricorn starts the winter season. So there is a motivating and energizing energy to Capricorn, and it's very obvious here because, you know, it happens during the new year, so everybody's energized to like change their lives or do better or have goals and all these sorts of things. All of that is very, very kind of a Capricorn thing. I don't care what your sun sign is. If you set any kind of goals, that was your Capricorn in you, challenging you to do that. So some practical tips before I get into everybody's sign. I wrote here, doing the rituals but not doing the work won't work. You know, people do all kinds of rituals. And when I say rituals, I'm not just talking about spiritual rituals. I'm talking about even when you sit down and you have a planner at the beginning of the week and you write your to-dos and your schedule for the week. That's a ritual. You know, that's something you do, you know, in preparation. But if you don't follow what you wrote down on your calendar, what difference does it make, you know? Or if you did some sort of spiritual ritual or, you know, New Year's Eve ritual or what have you, right? And you don't do the work, Capricorn is like, oh, that was cute. It's no different than going through the ritual of marriage, but then not functioning and acting and working on that marriage. Your wedding was cute. Marriage sucks, right? So Capricorn reminds us that doing the rituals but not doing the work will not work. And usually there are consequences to not doing the work that aligns to the rituals that you did, right? This is a great time to get all of your paperwork together, consolidate files. One of the things I'm doing every day is actually on my calendar. Go in and start deleting some stuff from my cloud and all the, you know, it's like, oh, why am I running out of cloud space? Why am I running? Oh, because of that stupid picture I took of somebody doing a cartwheel. You know, it's like, why is this even saved? You know what I mean? So sometimes we have so much junk that we need to clear out that we're not aware of because it's just been stacking and stacking and stacking. Capricorn season is the perfect time to consolidate those files, get rid of what you don't want to do. And this is why Capricorn sometimes has the reputation of not being fun, because it's about all these things that we need to be responsible for. But again, when I talked about Capricorn being a feminine sign, Capricorn does the work so it can enjoy life, so that it can be enjoy the pleasures of life, right? So it's not without pleasure. It just means, let me do this work so that, I can have fun. So definitely consolidate those files, or organize and plan for the long term. Also get an accountability partner. If you don't have one, just tell somebody. It doesn't have to be a big deal. Don't make it more work than it has to be. But somebody you trust, and just say, hey, this is what I'm working on. Can I check in with you once a month, or once, every 2 weeks, or what have you, just as, some form of progress. Get a coach. I'm working on, one of the things I'm personally working on is my 2022 offers. So that may or may not be in the description box when you see this video, but make sure you come back and at some point those links will be there. And then the last thing, and this is the question that you need to ask yourself as I go through each one of your signs. You got to ask yourself this question. This is going to be very, very helpful. You ready? What am I invested in? Why am I invested in it? And what is the expected return of investment, or ROI? Okay. What am I invested in? Why am I invested in it? And what is the expected return of investment, or return on investment? So if you are invested in yourself by, let's just say, taking a class that's going to give you a new skill set, right? Why are you taking that class? You can't just saying, oh, because I'll have this new skill set. Okay, but deeper. Why? Oh, because once I have this skill set, then, I am more likely to be hired in this particular field. Okay, so then what's the expected return on investment? Return of investment on that? Well, in 3 months, when I finish the 12-week program, I will be able to apply here, and there, right? So your ROI should have two things in it. Your ROI, return on investment, should have a time and a date, and a what. Like, what is the expected return on that investment? That's very, very Capricorn. Capricorn, yes, loves to dream big and have all these dreams and everything. But then Capricorn reminds us all, okay, but what's the plan? And a lot of times when it comes to the new year, we love to dream, but we don't like to plan. And Capricorn is like, plan your work and work your plan. All right. So that is it. We're going to go ahead and go into all of the signs. Hopefully I put the timestamp in the description box. So now you can go down there and click the time that jumps straight to your sun, moon, or rising sign. Make sure you listen to at least your sun and your rising sign message. Also, the reading of the year is coming soon. I'm obviously not recording it today because I don't like to record two things on the same day. Oh. I pulled a card for everybody. Like, what in general do we all need to know for Capricorn season? It's funny, this just came up for my accountability partner, one of my accountability partners for 2022. I wonder if he's watching. The Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, which is so Capricorn. The Knight of Pentacles is about doing the work. The Knight of Pentacles, yes, he's a knight. So, he comes with power and energy. He's making things happen. But the Knight of Pentacles is more slow moving. He's sowing seeds. He's doing the work. He's pulling up the weeds. He's taking the class. He's doing everything that's needed to be done. But because he has the goal or the vision in mind. So that is the card that came for everybody this Capricorn season. The Knight of Pentacles is a very doing the work kind of energy in order to get the prize. See the prize, he's got a pentacle The pentacles usually relate to money or resources or, very earthly things, and Capricorn is an earth sign. So if you want material success, if you want things, if you want achievements, if you want money, if you just want more, the Knight of Pentacles is saying all of that is waiting for you, but you have to do the work. You have to do the work. You can't skip the work. Can't skip the work. That should be the name of this video. All right. Capricorn, to all of my sun, moon, and rising sign Capricorns, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you listened to the message that I gave at the beginning, because I just revealed our card, our oracle card for tarot card for your season for Capricorn. So that's there. And I also shared the question that you should be asking yourself during Capricorn season. But your general message that came forth for you is that happy birthday season. First of all, happy birthday season to all of my sun sign Capricorns. And thank you for joining us, all of my moon and rising sign Capricorns. The message that came forth for you all is this is the time for you to pour sweetness and love into yourself. Capricorn sometimes gets the reputation of just being a hard worker, very diligent, very disciplined, very focused, very responsible, very accountable. And all of that may be true for you, right? You may be thinking about what needs to be done or who you are responsible to or things that need to be taken care of. But one of the things that I found very interesting is that I've been seeing a lot of Capricorns. Y'all been showing up and showing out for y'all's birthday season, because y'all have been like, hey, it's Capricorn season, like I'm really seeing a side to a lot of Capricorns that we typically don't see, which is this very playful and fun and joyous. And I know in y'all's mind, you probably think, hey, I'm this all the time. Like, what do you mean? I don't work all the time. I'm not disciplined all the time, or just thinking about being disciplined all the time. But to the rest of us, that's kind of how it seems. You seem, very responsible, sometimes quick to say no to things, or very structured and disciplined in how your time, your energy, and your money are utilized. So that's a very beautiful thing. But y'all do have a very distinctive, playful, sweet, I'm going to enjoy the fruits of my labor kind of energy. And so this is the season for y'all to do that. Yes, still plan and be accountable and do all those sorts of things, but have fun, ask yourself, who am I? What do I enjoy? What do I like in this life? And allow yourself to breathe and allow yourself to enjoy the pleasures and the sweetness of life. So pour a lot of that sweetness into yourself, luxuriate. If you're somebody who likes to go to the spa, do that. If you're, some of you may even have like spa stuff in your home that you never use because you're working so much, or, you might actually have like a tub with jets in it that you never use, or a beautiful backyard that you never lounge in, or what have you. But whatever it is that brings you pleasure, be sure to do that during this season, because you deserve it. You have worked hard. And a lot of my videos, I think everybody's a Sagittarius video, everybody's a Scorpio video, from a couple of months ago. My message to the Capricorns was kind of hard. So take a load off. Enjoy life. Who's next? Aquarius. Yes. Hey, Aquarius. Happy Capricorn season. Y'all season is coming up next. So, happy early birthday to y'all. But so it's Capricorn season. If you skipped ahead, make sure that you go back and look at the opening, because I revealed the card that came forth for everybody. And I also revealed the number one question that everybody should be asking themselves during Capricorn season. But the general message that came forth for you all is to check in with your beliefs, to really check in with your beliefs. I wrote down, because with Capricorn, beliefs need to be found on concrete evidence. Yes. So your sign, Aquarius, can be believe in people, can believe in people, can believe in a vision, and can feel like if I can get people to buy into the vision, then, I believe we can do this thing together. And that's a very, very beautiful quality and trait to have, Aquarius. But right now we are in Capricorn season. And so this is a good time for you to check in with your beliefs and in the people that you believe in. Are your beliefs sound? Are the people that you are believing in and trusting in, are they worthy of that amount of trust and belief? Now, also what just came to me is that you there might be a frustration there, because you might feel like, gosh, why can't people just believe how I believe or see what I see? But sometimes you have to get people to, you have to sell it. You have to give the buy-in as to what's going to make people believe. It's not that they're not trustworthy. It's not that you're believing necessarily in the wrong people. It's just that they're coming with other skill sets. So if you're looking for them to look just like you and to function just like you, then you're going to be disappointed, and it's going to hurt your feelings as you push forward into your vision and in your belief in other people. So really ask yourself, why do I trust this person? Why do I believe in this person? They're in my life for a reason, and find their good qualities, right? And believe in those, and don't let, don't be frustrated if things seem to not move as quickly as you like, because I feel like for some of you Aquarians, the people who are in your life right now, especially during Capricorn season, they're here to teach you a lesson. They're here to bring a skill set. It's kind of like, it's making me think about how, let's just say, for example, you have a desire to, I don't know, add a new wing to your house, right? To build a new wing to your house. And as an Aquarian, you're like, oh, I see it looking like this. It's going to be like this. It's going to be like this. It's going to be like this, right? And then the people who are involved in the process, are coming with other skill sets. They're looking at how long it's going to take to do it, the money that's involved, and what have you. And so there may be some slowdown in the process. I'm laughing because I just thought of something very specific with an Aquarian that I know. And this message is not for you specifically. It just is what came out. So if you're watching, you already know who I'm talking to. But yeah. So there are other skill sets that are involved with creating the vision that you have, right? And so you can't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged in this process, because it is a process. But just check your beliefs and the people that you believe in, and make sure that they are grounded, because it could be people that you are pouring your belief energy into and your hope energy into that just aren't worth it. So cut them people out. All right, so who is next? Yes, Pisces. Shout out to all my Pisceans out there. Happy Capricorn season. This is the message for all of my sun, moon, and rising Pisces during Capricorn season. So Pisces, for Capricorn, I wrote that this time, for Pisces during Capricorn season, I wrote that it is a time for getting grounded and making very practical plans. This is a very important time, or good time, for you to build your network, and to invite people into your life who do have other expertise than you. I wrote, know the value that you bring to your network as well. So understand, because if you skipped ahead, Pisces, to this section, then you missed a whole lot of great information that I shared at the beginning. I revealed our oracle card for the Capricorn season, but I also talked about the importance of maximizing your time and your money. Capricorn is very resourceful with time. Capricorn energy reminds us to be resourceful with time, not just with money, but with time. So you could be spending a lot of time doing something that somebody in your network already has the expertise to do and can do it faster than you, which is going to save you money, right? So you want to, Pisces, make sure that you are, talking to people in your network, building your network, but also very mindful of the value that you too are bringing to your own network. All right. So make sure you go back, Pisces, and listen to the beginning, because everything I said in the beginning added to what I said just now is going to make this Capricorn season very, very magical for you. All right. So who is next? Aries. Hi, Aries. All right. So Aries during Capricorn season. Yes, Aries in astrology. Aries and Capricorn in astrology have a kind of a tense energy that we call a square, right? So both your sign, sun, moon, and rising Aries is wanting to take action based on, what you think is the right thing to do or the right way to go. You don't want to waste time. You want to go ahead and blaze this trail. But Capricorn energy is about, yes, let's take action. Let's initiate some projects. Let's do some things, but let's sit down and really, really plan. So for all of my sun, moon, and rising Aries signs during Capricorn season, some of you might feel the tug of, this. At the beginning of this video, I talked about the tortoise and the hare, and y'all might want to be the hare, right? But the energy of the season is the tortoise. It's like slowing you down and forcing you to make plans and forcing you to be very, very detail oriented. And you're like, I just want to do this. I'm gonna do this. I know I got to be here. I know I got to be there. But Capricorn season for all of my Aries is like, if it ain't on your calendar, then it must not have been important. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it ain't the time to just fly by the seat of your pants. This is the time to make a plan and work your plan. And I talked about that at the beginning. I highly suggest, if you were one of the Aries who just skipped ahead, I gave about 15 minutes of some profound, deep info. I pulled our Oracle card. But one of the things that I said was that Capricorn season reminds us all that it's not, how did I word it? I want to say it verbatim. Doing the rituals, but not doing the work won't work. Doing the rituals, but not doing the work won't work. And so one ritual is sitting down and writing out your calendar, right? And you can do that, but if you don't follow what's on there, or you can write a business plan, but if you don't follow the plan, and it's not about, being inflexible, it's about, but did you at least have a plan that you can be inflexible too? You know what I mean? What are the parameters, right? So to my sun, moon, and rising Aries signs, your ritual is to sit down and plan. Your ritual is to sit down and organize. I feel like for many of you, and I talked about this at the beginning too, that this is really a time for, you might have files and paperwork and stuff that you keep saying, I'm gonna get to that at some point. I don't have time to get to that because right now it's about focusing on, I got to do this other stuff. But Capricorn in your birth chart, because you're a sun sign Aries or moon or rising sign Aries, you still got Capricorn somewhere. Capricorn is like, because it's square to you, will be like, I will block your progress until you do this mundane work that seems so slow and feels like work. But until you do, no pain, no gain. Until you do this work, you're always going to have these roadblocks and these obstacles because you don't want to sit down and do the work. So make sure that you sit down and do the work. And then you will get the win. You will win as a result. But make sure you go back and watch the beginning of this video to get all of the other information that I shared that's going to be helpful to what I just shared with you just now. All right, peace. Who is next? Taurus. Yes, Taurus, fellow earth sign. Taurus, to all of my sun, moon, and rising signs, Taurus, you are an earth sign just like the sign that we're in right now, which is Capricorn. And so one of the things that I wrote down for all of my Taurus, sun, moon, and rising is being responsible for your own growth and expansion, paying the cost to be the boss, invest in personal growth. This season, Capricorn season, is challenging you or reminding you, or it's really supporting you, because it is a fellow earth sign. So it's supporting you by saying, let's start. You want to grow and expand, or now's the time to grow and expand. It might feel like a challenge to you, any of my Taurians who maybe are feeling stuck or very not even stuck, but just so laser focused that you're not seeing the other things that, you know, other ways that you could be growing and expanding, or opportunities for growth and expansion. So this Capricorn season, to all of my Taurians, is really saying, first of all, you are responsible for your growth and expansion. And if you don't do it, you could stagnate. But you know, you got to pay the cost to be the boss, and it's the time to invest in personal growth. Now, I felt kind of playful with it, so I don't think it's anything like super serious. But if there's a class you've been wanting to take, if there's, you know, just a new skill you've been wanting to learn, if there are, if there's even like other cultures that you want to, or another language that you want to learn, now is the time to put in that work, because how you invest in yourself, even when it's not specific to your job or your career, you know, something like that, but you know, you are the job, right? You are the job. You know, it's not just about your career, but you know, it's the saying that you're in the business of being you, first and foremost. First and foremost. So it is you who shows up at that job. It is you who shows up in those relationships. So when you show up, if all you can bring is, you know, just your job skill set, and it's like, but what about all the other parts of you, you know? So this is the time to really invest in ways that allow you to grow and to expand. And at the beginning of this video, or the first 15 minutes or so, when I gave the information about Capricorn season, I had a number one question. I'm not going to repeat it here, because I'm not doing people's work, especially during Capricorn. Rewind and find it. Somewhere in the first 15 to 20 minutes, I give, you know, I reveal the card, the oracle card, for all of us for Capricorn season. But I also, you know, challenge us all to ask one specific question that will determine if, you know, where we put our energy and our time and our money is actually worth it. So make sure you go back and listen to that, and answer that question for yourself during Capricorn season. But overall, I feel it's good for you all. Just, you know, do the work for your own personal growth and expansion, Taurus. All right. So who is next? Oh, I skipped somebody. I'm glad I just caught that. I skipped Gemini. Normally I just talk, but this season I had thoughts that were coming to me for each sign. Apparently every sign but Gemini. But y'all been getting it pretty hard for me over the past couple of months. So, you know, let's see where this goes. So to all of my sun, moon, and rising sign Geminis during Capricorn season, let's see. Ooh, yeah. Gemini, let's see. This is a good time for you all. If there ever was a time for y'all to do this inner work, it is now. It is now. Capricorn season is offering you, Gemini, a time to really think. Yeah, to really think about, where is your money going? Do you have a savings? You know, are you investing? Are you literally like investing your money? And then also, where is your time going? And I'm not going to, again, like I told Taurus, I'm not going to do your work for you, right? So if you skipped ahead to this segment and you didn't watch the first 20 minutes of this video where I talked about exactly what Capricorn season means for all of us, where I revealed the oracle card for this season, and where I shared the number one question everybody should be asking themselves, then make sure you go back and do that, because that number one question that we should be asking ourselves is, it probably applies to Geminis during Capricorn season almost more than any other sign. Yeah, y'all really need to look at specifically your time and your money. Gemini too, though. Ooh, I hope you. It's not hard. It's not hard unless y'all make it hard. But this is really the time for you all. Some of you might even be slowed down. You know, some of you may feel like you want to push and move forward really fast, or get through something really fast, or hurry up and speed. And it's like, no. There was a when I was younger, my grandmother, one of my grandmothers, my mom's mom, I was visiting with her for the summer, and it was on this particular day. It's like I had a headache or something. Like I came inside from playing. I was like, Grandma, I have a headache. And she made me go lie down. She said, I want you to lie down for 30 minutes. Excuse me. I hope that didn't pick up on the audio, whatever. So I went to go lie down. 15 minutes into the 30 minutes, I felt better. So I got up. She was down in the dining room. I'm in there just chit-chatting with her. She's chit-chatting with me. I didn't realize, though, that she was still keeping time. She said, you only lie down for 15 minutes. You still have 15 more minutes. So go on back up there. And I was like, Grandma, but I feel better. Like, what is it? I don't understand. What's the problem? I feel better. She was like, I said 30 minutes, right? And then you can get up. So that's how I feel for Geminis during Capricorn season. Anything you try to rush through, anything that you're like, let me just hurry up and get through this so I can get back to my regularly scheduled program. Let me hurry up and not face this issue, or not really delve deep into these concerns in my life. Let me just kind of gloss over them. This Capricorn season for you will be difficult because you're trying to rush through something that takes time. And I talked about that extensively at the beginning, the first 15 minutes or so of this video, about how Capricorn itself deals with the slowness and the pace of time, that slow and steady wins the race. And for some of you, you may think that like if you have a concern or a problem or issue or just something you're even working on, it doesn't even have to be a problem. You may be thinking, oh, let me just hurry up and do that, and then that'll be taken care of, and then I can do X, Y, and Z. But for you all Geminis, Capricorn season really is about not just about the task itself, but who you are becoming through the task. Because some of you have been speedballing through certain things that your character, and not character in terms of, you know, are you a good person or are you a bad person, but your discipline, your who you are, it's parts of your character that for some of you could be underdeveloped because you're moving too fast. You're accomplishing goals so fast. You're just on to the next thing so fast that you're not sitting with yourself long enough to grow yourself on an intimate level. Who are you in the most deepest, parts of yourself? I talked about that very extensively at the beginning, about the stuff. There's stuff that I feel like some of you hide because you just want to be presentable. You're very able to be presentable, and then how everybody got like a junk drawer, and it's like, don't open that drawer, don't open that closet now because it's gonna look crazy. You know what I'm saying? Capricorn season for all my Geminis is to deal with what's in the closet, to deal what's in that junk drawer, to deal with the craziness, chaotic parts of your life, and to spend time on that to get it together so you can actually grow. Whew. Once again, Gemini done took up probably the most of all the signs. I ain't picking on y'all because I'm a moon sign Gemini, so I get it. But anyway, so that is y'all's reading for Capricorn season. All right, who is next? Cancer. Shout out to all of my Cancerians during Capricorn season. So to all of my sun, moon, and rising Cancers during Capricorn season, if you skipped ahead to this part and you missed the first 15 minutes where I went in on what everybody needs to know for Capricorn season, and I revealed the Oracle card. I'm trying to do it real fast. I revealed the Oracle card, and I also revealed the number one question everybody needs to ask themselves during Capricorn season. If you skipped all of that, sorry for you. You need to go back and watch it because it's going to help you to understand what I'm saying here. So to all of my sun, moon, and rising sign Cancers, this is Capricorn season, which is your opposite sign. Ooh, so some of y'all might feel a little tension. One of the things that I wrote down is that Capricorn season for all of my Cancerians is the time to think strategically and not emotionally. To think strategically and not emotionally. Capricorn for all of my Cancers is like the flip side of the coin for you, right? So because Capricorn is your opposite sign, whenever you find yourself out of balance, stressed, overworked, or emotionally depleted, and your natural instinct might be to just, dig it in even deeper on the emotional side, and just, and you can find yourselves very, very lost if you do that, because to balance that energy, you got to tap into your opposite sign, which is Capricorn, which is challenging you to think strategically, to really look at how you are utilizing your time and your money, because some of your emotional things that you might be feeling, if you're feeling anything that doesn't feel pleasant emotionally, is probably very much linked to how you are utilizing your very practical resources, such as time and money. It's not an emotional thing. If you handle the practical thing, it will take care of the emotional thing for you. And you'll actually begin to, and I know for a lot of my Cancerians, you are so good with moving in the flow of how you feel. And that's why Capricorn is your opposite sign. And that's why sometimes it can feel challenging, because the thing is, it's like, you want to be, what is it, like ambidextrous, right? Where you can write with your left and your right hand. So likewise, Cancer, Capricorn is teaching you to be ambidextrous in terms of mind and emotion. If you lean so much on your emotion, if you lean so much on just this whole flow all the time, you can drain that part of yourself, Cancer. So your opposite sign, Capricorn, is like, listen, you didn't have to go through all that if you would just sat down and made a plan. Like, you could save yourself a whole lot of emotional ups and downs, So don't deplete your emotional capital, right? And your emotional wealth. Utilize the Capricornian side of you that supports that, with real practical planning. And again, at the beginning of this video, one of the things I said was doing the rituals but not doing the work won't work. So for some of my Cancers during Capricorn season, you might be doing all the Cancer stuff, and it's like, why ain't it working though? Why is it not having the maximum impact? Because it's not, you already got the Cancerian flow and emotional part down, right? It is about you functioning or learning how to utilize that opposite side of your coin, which is the strategy and the mental part, and the being very, very practical and very, very grounding. It may feel boring. It may feel like, why am I doing this? But it's really going to make you better. It's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you more effective. It's going to help. It's going to actually free you up, Cancers, to flow more in that emotional, watery, a beautiful, nurturing, watery energy that you all have. And I also said for my sun, moon, and rising sign Cancers during Capricorn season, it is a time for you to look at who are you responsible to or for, And sometimes when we look at who we are responsible to or who we are responsible for, it just feels like a burden. It feels like it pulls us out of flow, right? But when you look at that and you look at the love that you have for those people in your lives, or those projects, or whatever it is that you are responsible for, then see, when love will encourage you to become more disciplined. Yes, flow and all that stuff is great, and the emotional side, it is much needed, Cancer. But Capricorn is teaching you, though, when you love someone, including yourself, you create certain structures that help to support you in terms of time and money, as well as emotion. So that's very, very important as well. But make sure you go back and listen to the beginning of this video where I go into more detail there. All right, who is next? Leo. I think Leos, to all of my sun, moon, and rising sign Leos, I think y'all had a really good reading last month. Let's see what happens this time. Leo, if you skipped ahead at the beginning, I revealed the oracle card, the tarot card for Capricorn season. So you missed that. If you skipped ahead, make sure you rewind this. And I also talked about the number one question everybody needs to be asking themselves right now during Capricorn season. So Leos, make sure you rewind this and go and catch that in case you skipped ahead to this section. But Leo, I wrote, Leo, plan your work and work your plan. Your light will shine brighter as you do what's necessary to plan your days with your goals in mind. It's very, very important right now for all of my Leos. If you want your light to shine brighter, Capricorn season is the time when you really got to kind of sit down. And I talked about this at the beginning where we might feel a slowness, right? But it's the time where you sit down and you plan your work and you work your plan. It's the time to focus on what kind of daily habits do you have that's been building the life that you are experiencing right now. Do you like that? If not, change those daily habits. You do what's necessary to plan your days with your goals in mind. This is the time, Leos, to all my sun, moon, and rising sign Leos. Capricorn season is the time for you to really sit down and really look at your goals. Where are you going? What are your personal goals? Who do you want to become? What's a more elevated version of you? What's a version of you that shines brighter, that is more powerful, that's more effective, that's more beautiful, that's more fun, that's more creative, all that sort of thing. What does it take to get there? Right? Write that down, and then, and keep that goal in mind, because that's what's going to get you there. Planning your work and working your plan. Again, go back and watch like the first 15 minutes or so of this video, because I do reveal the oracle card for everyone, and I reveal the number one question everybody should be asking themselves. Leo, I'm not going to do your work for you, boo-boo. So rewind, listen, and do the work. All right, so who is next? Virgo. To all my sun, moon, and rising sign Virgos, here is the wisdom that has come for you during Capricorn season. If you are one of the Virgos who skipped ahead, you already missed a lot, because I revealed the oracle card for us during Capricorn season, for everyone during Capricorn season. And I also revealed the number one question that everybody needs to be asking themselves during Capricorn season. But to all my sun, moon, and rising Virgos, I wrote that Capricorn season, pleasure in being creative and in creating those structures that make your creation flourish. It is safe to allow creativity and joy, and also creative solutions. So the word that keeps coming up in that is creativity. This might be a very, very creative time for Virgos. You might, Virgo is a fellow earth sign to Capricorn. So some Virgos, y'all might be fired up right now. I know you got your pen, your paper. I'm a sun sign Virgo. So yeah, my calendar has been out. Let's just see if I follow it though. That's the key, right? My calendar's been out. I've been writing. I got notebooks full of ideas and all kind of stuff. A lot of creative energy has been flowing from me, and it may be flowing from you as well. This is the time though, Virgos, because it is Capricorn season. Capricorn is very goal oriented. It's about creating the goal and then creating the plans to get there. So it's not really just about being creative and all woo and I'm gonna do this and doing that. Pick the one or two things that you can actually put practical plans behind and work those plans with specific emphasis on how maximizing your time is going to maximize your money, right? And I talk extensively about that at the beginning of this video. So again, make sure that you go back and listen to that, because that is going to be very, very, very important. But Capricorn season for Virgos can be a very, once you create the structures and the plan, but in a fun way. Don't make it doesn't have to be hard or feel like work. In a fun way, create the structures that allow you to have more fun, that make you feel more safe to just be creative and to flow more. And once those things are in place, you'll find, that there's greater ease. That's the gift that Capricorn season is offering Virgos during this time. All right. So that is it for my Virgos. Who is next? Libra. To all my sun, moon, and rising sign Libras, here is the wisdom for you during Capricorn season. If you were a Libra who skipped ahead, and I ain't mad at you for coming if you came straight here. I'm just saying. In the first 15 minutes of this video, I shared our special oracle card for Capricorn season for everybody. So you definitely want to get that. And I also shared the number one question that everybody needs to be asking themselves during Capricorn season. And you especially need to go listen, because to my sun, moon, and rising Libras, Capricorn is square, is what astrologers call square to you. And square is a kind of tense relationship. So you as a Libra, you may want to just kind of be, finding this harmony with everybody else and balance with everybody else. But Capricorn season is going to kind of force you to sit down with yourself. And I said, it's an introverted time to focus on what keeps you harmonious. So your natural inclination may be, how can I keep harmony in the home? How can everybody, there be balance and peace and love and harmony and what have you. But this is really the time to find that within yourself, because you can't create that with other people if you're not creating it within yourself, Libra. So Libra, Capricorn season for you may feel, it's only going to feel tense if you're focused more on all of the outer things that you want to do, because now is the time for bringing inner harmony. At the beginning of this video, I also talked about how Capricorn season for everybody is a time for organizing and planning and putting things in place and structuring. So for you, Libra, to all my sun, moon, and rising sign Libras, Capricorn season for you may be about bringing your home in order. I know a lot of times people talk about spring cleaning, but for you, it might be top of the year cleaning. I feel like for some of you, you got things or people around you that you have because it's the right thing to do, or you felt it was the right thing to do. And so some of you may have these obligations to people who are close to you, or even down to obligations to things you have in your home. Like some of you may actually have things in your home that you're keeping because somebody gave to you and you feel obligated to do that. And Capricorn season for all of my Libras is challenging Libra to release and let go of things that you are holding on to out of obligation, but aren't bringing you peace and harmony, right? So it's really time to lovingly let those things go. And that may be where the challenge is for some of you. That might be the part that makes you feel like, I can't, but just release it. It will feel easier after you've done it. So try it with one small thing. And then once that feels good and easy, then you can start to do it with more things and people, that are in your life that are no longer bringing you harmony, that need to be released. All right. So who is next? Scorpio. Shout out to all my sun, moon, and rising sign Scorpios during Capricorn season. Everybody's a Capricorn, including you. It is Capricorn season. If you were one of my Scorpios who skipped ahead, I'm going to highly encourage that you go back and listen to the first 15 minutes or so of this recording, because I reveal our oracle card for Capricorn season. And I also reveal the number one question that everybody should be asking themselves. And I'm not going to tell you what that is here, just like I've been telling all the other signs. Capricorn season is about doing the work. So I ain't going to do your work for you. I already did it. I recorded it. So it's up to you to go back and listen. And some of y'all are saying, I can't find it. If you're watching this on some other platform, it's on YouTube. The whole video is on YouTube. So make sure you do that, Scorpio. So Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising sign during Capricorn season, I wrote that effective communication can save you time and money. And I think now that I think about it, that might tie in very well with, y'all had a good reading during the Everybody's a Sagittarius video last month. So I think that's going to kind of tie into that. At the beginning, though, of this video, I talked extensively about how Capricorn season is the time to focus on how effective we are in our time, because that will affect our money. And so for my Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising, it's even more deep, because some of you will have to communicate to people that what you can and can't do a little bit more effectively, or maybe just on another level during this time. Like you may have to say no to something because it's going to free you up to say yes to something else, and if you are a Scorpio who is always pouring their time and their energy into other people and into other projects other than your own, which is great. Oh yes, Scorpios, y'all definitely got to go back and listen to the first 15-20 minutes and listen to that number one question I told everybody to ask, because that's going to help you in your negotiation. It's going to help you in your negotiation, because I feel like some of you may be missing certain blessings based on how you are utilizing your time. your time. And so you got to be a little bit more strategic on that. And Capricorn energy loves Scorpio energy. So this will be a time where your words might be more effective. Your negotiating power might be more impactful. You might, don't be afraid to ask, don't be afraid to ask for more or to renegotiate terms if necessary. Ooh, but we do have a Mercury retrograde coming up during Capricorn season, so that it might make some of the negotiations a little bit more challenging. But if you do choose to negotiate, or for in your favor, like so that you can maximize your own time and energy and money, really sit down and map that thing out before bringing it to the table, and then have those real conversations. And then when you feel comfortable, when you feel that things are mutually beneficial, then sign the contracts. Just make sure you read the fine print. But for all of my sun, moon, and rising Scorpios, Capricorn season is a time where your communication will help you very well in the areas of time and money. But you can only communicate what you've actually written down and sat down with. And one of the things I did say earlier that I will share with you here is I said doing the rituals but not doing the work won't work. All right. So you doing the rituals are anything you do in the hopes of, a better outcome, right? So if you're doing the ritual of setting meetings so that you can negotiate, but you haven't done the ritual and the work of sitting with yourself and planning, what do you really want? How do you want to grow financially? How do you want to gain more time, be more effective in your time? If you haven't set with that, then you're going to be ineffective during any negotiations and during any conversations where those topics come up. So you got to do that work first, do the ritual of doing that work first, so that the work itself can work. All right. So boom, who is next? Sagittarius. I hope y'all had an amazing birthday season to all my sun sign Sagittarius. This section is for our sun, moon, and rising Sagittarians during Capricorn season. So we out of y'all season now. We're in Capricorn season. And one of the things that I wrote for Sagittarius, I said, you've dreamed it, but now it's time for practical action. Too much dreaming without planning won't work, and you'll find yourself in the same position next year, right? So your sign, Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising Sag, is very aspirational. It's about, growth and expansion and, these ideals that you may have. But one of the things that could be blocking you is the practical planning. Or you give up your dreams in order to do the practical thing, but you don't have practical actions that align to your dreams, right? So you may say, that you want to be an astronaut. Like, oh, it's my dream to go to space, right? But then you got a real basic job, working, in an accounting firm or at McDonald's. I don't know, right? It's like, that's practical and that's good. It's paying your practical needs, your practical bills and all that kind of stuff. But is it the practical action that's going to get you closer to those dreams? Probably not, because it's some of your minds, your dreams are still just dreams. They're just aspirations. They're just fantasies. They're not something that you are necessarily putting practical work behind in order to make those get you closer to those dreams or allow you to achieve those goals. So to all of my sun, moon, and rising Sagittarius, Capricorn season is really the time to translate those dreams into practical steps. Now, if you were a Sagittarius who skipped ahead, I highly suggest you go back and watch the first 15 minutes or so of this video, because I reveal our oracle card for Capricorn season. You need to know that. And I also reveal the number one question that everybody, all of us, no matter what our signs are, need to ask ourselves during Capricorn season in order to grow exponentially, right? So I'm not going to tell you what that is here because I already said it once. So rewind. If you're watching this on another platform, make sure you go to YouTube so you can see the whole video. But definitely do that work. And I will share this part with you, and it's something I just shared with the Scorpios. Sagittarius, doing the rituals but not doing the work won't work. Doing the rituals but not doing the work won't work. You can do tons of rituals, whether they're spiritual rituals or just very practical, you know, day-to-day rituals. I think one of the practical rituals I gave was like sitting down and writing stuff in your calendar. But if you don't follow your calendar, if you don't ever check things off your to-do list, then the ritual of creating a calendar is ineffective, right? So a lot of you may have dreams and goals and aspirations, Sagittarians, and Capricorn season is challenging you to translate those dreams into a practical template. Like it's not even so much about doing the work yet. The first work is to start creating a plan. Who do you need to know? Who do you need to get around? Because doing so, I feel like for my Sagittarians, can really bring you a lot of potential growth in areas of money. So that's going to be very, very important. Yep, that's it. All right, so thank you everybody for watching. Everybody's a Capricorn, including you. Make sure you click down below the description box where I have stuff. I don't know what I'm gonna put down. You can get my book, The Magic of Self-Love. That's the cover back there. That was me trying to paint my own cover. Shout out to the real artist who designed my cover, Mandy Dunn. But we all had a paint party, and that was my version of. Didn't say I was an artist, but it looks pretty good from a distance, right? But The Magic of Self-Love is available on Amazon, and within the next couple of weeks, I will have some other very exclusive offers available for those who want to work with me. So with that being said, if all hearts and minds are clear, I'm going to go ahead and say peace. Thank you for watching, and I will see y'all everybody's in Aquarius, including you. I was going to say next month, but we already in January. In a few weeks. All right. Peace and love.